Students at a Florida middle school sound the alarm when a substitute allegedly goes far beyond just teaching.
You're right, it is weird because first of all, she's like a teacher, and it's a student, so it's like, nah.
The student at the center of the case insists it's just a misunderstanding.
You ever been to her house?
Man, you're trying to make her seem like a pedo.
Oh, no, I'm not, no.
Until the truth is finally revealed.
How long have you guys been, you say, basically dating? Yeah.
A month.
A month, okay.
This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Elizabeth Millner. Now, before we get into this really disturbing case, I want to tell you about this app that you're gonna love. It's called Upside. Upside gets you cash back. Yes, extra cash back on everyday purchases like gas, groceries, and takeout. Here's what you do. You download Upside for free, claim an offer at their 100,000 plus locations, and pay like normal with your card. Then verify the purchase and boom, money back. Say I want takeout one night. I'll search for Upside offers first. After I spend, money appears in my app that I can transfer straight into my bank account. Upside's frequent users earn an average of $254 back a year. To start getting your cash back, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen and use promo code ITC to get an extra 25-cent bonus on every gallon on your first tank of gas. This substitute teacher was a new hire, barely a month in when she reportedly got in trouble for messaging students on social media. Now, months later, investigators say her behavior escalated in a school classroom. It's February 21st, 2025. We're in Marion County, Florida, at the Horizon Academy. It's just after 10 a.m. when a school resource officer is called into the assistant principal's office. She's been informed by a student something inappropriate might have happened between a substitute teacher and another student.
Whatever we talk about in here stays in here. No one knows that you're having a conversation with us. But can you tell me about yesterday?
Yesterday,
As in Miss, do you have Miss Torres' class?
yeah.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office redacted what was said next, but to get a full understanding of how we got here, let's go to the incident report. It says, quote, Dr. Austin stated a student reported to her that she witnessed inappropriate behavior in a classroom the day prior. The reportee advised she went into a classroom during fifth period, which is taught by long-term substitute teacher subject Dianelli Torres, and observed a student with his head resting in the teacher's lap while the teacher massaged his head. The reportee did not know the student's name, but stated he was not supposed to be in the class. But this student in the office says he didn't see anything.
What happened yesterday during seventh period?
Oh no, they just, they throw around paper balls, that's it.
Okay, and so describe what the class looked like yesterday during seventh period.
Okay, I'm just gonna imagine a room, right?
Okay, so this is Miss Torres' desk. Miss Torres is at the desk.
Source is right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a table of kids right here.
Mhm.
Here's where the computers are.
Mm-hmm.
Kids on the computers, people throwing them off paper balls here.
Mm-hmm.
Her trying to get them to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is her writing pearls, if you know.
Okay, so who was sitting next to Miss Torres?
Who's sitting next to Miss
Mhm.
Torres?
Describe him.
Oh, that's right. He has fluffy hair.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing jeans
Mm-hmm.
that day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what color top did he have on?
What color was?
Top, shirt,
Oh,
jacket.
shirt. Black.
Was it just black?
I think it was just black.
Okay, so and so he was sitting next to her.
Yes,
I-
yes.
Okay, so was anything unusual?
No, they were just chatting.
Okay. Anything else? And again, so I'm going to reiterate, you're not in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
But I am going to tell
I'm
you
just
that
trying to
if
think what
I'm asking these questions, I'm asking these questions because we already have information.
Yeah, this isn't about you.
No, it's not about
it's not
about you.
It's not about me, but I'm trying to remember what happened.
So nothing like super weird happened that would
Nothing
make
super
you...
weird. Nothing super weird ever happens.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So, several people have told us that they saw somebody sitting on Miss Torres' lap. You never saw any of that?
I did not see anyone sitting on Miss Torres' lap.
Okay.
But were you in their seventh period?
Yes. I'm being serious.
In both periods you were in, you didn't see anybody sitting on Miss Torres' lap?
No,
Was anybody, I mean, was anyone in her lap at all?
Like laying their head in her lap.
no.
Okay, talk to me about Discord.
The what?
Discord.
Oh, that's a chatting group, yeah.
Okay, and what about it?
Oh, we just talk to our friends, that's it. But what are you trying to ask me about?
Have you ever talked to a teacher on it?
No.
Okay.
Now, there's a reason why school officials are asking about Discord. For those who don't know what Discord is, you can play games, send instant messages, do video group chats, all of that. But according to the incident report, Dr. Austin informed the school resource officer Dianelli Torres was disciplined in December of 2024 for using Discord to message students. So let's fast forward 20 minutes when another Harmony Academy student is brought into the office.
Oh, okay.
How are you? Good. You know you're not in trouble, right? Yeah. I'm good. So, we hear that something happened in Miss Torres's class yesterday and that maybe you saw it. Were you in there yesterday?
What period? We did have 2 periods.
5th and 7th period. Okay, so you weren't in there yesterday? So do you see anything weird in there yesterday?
No.
No? Like, did you see kids like sitting behind her desk?
Sitting by what?
Behind her desk?
Whose desk?
Miss Torres's.
No.
Okay. Alright. We good?
What were you wearing yesterday?
I don't know, like a white Duncan New York, like a white long sleeve with like bluish pants, blackish.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Alright, you're good then. Thank you.
School officials have to get to the bottom of these allegations against one of their teachers. They repeat the process of calling students in one by one. Then someone comes forward saying he reportedly witnessed something disturbing too.
Were you in Miss Torres's class in 5th and 7th period?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, some other kids have come to us and told us that they saw some things that were like a little odd for the classroom. Can you share what you saw happening in the classroom
So
yesterday?
I went in there, everything was normal, and I went to lunch, came back, and then when I came back from lunch, there was like a student like not sitting on her lap, but his face was like on her lap, and then I didn't like mind it, like cause I wanted to do my work, and I'm like that she could deal with that, and then when I left, and then when I came back for all my work on it, so I went to her. I was in there with another person, and I saw the same thing again, but I didn't think about it. Mentioned it to me.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're right, it is weird, because first of all, she's like a teacher,
Right.
and it's a student, so it's like, nah,
Not normal thing you
Yeah.
would see. Do you know what that kid's name is?
no man.
You ever seen him before?
I've seen him at lunch a few times. He has sat in front of me a few times.
Do you know any classes that is he her kid? Do you know?
No, man, I don't know any of that.
Okay.
Is he in either of the classes that you had with her?
No, sir.
Okay, so he didn't. You'd never seen him in those classes with you before?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know anybody who maybe would know his name that was in there yesterday?
No.
You don't think?
The officer had to take another glance at the school security cameras. This is what the incident report says. While reviewing security camera footage in an attempt to identify the student, it was discovered he was likely in that classroom for the majority of the day. The student is seen entering the hallway just before 1000 hours and is not observed leaving until 1621 hours. At 1621 hours, he is seen leaving the hallway with subject Torres. School officials bring in another student who they believe might be the student who is spotted on that security footage.
So I just want to say that when I walked into the clinic, he was in there with another student that, of course, I know that he knows that we talked to. And, okay,
And they're
thank you. And talking about the situation.
With
Yep.
okay. So what's your name? Deputy Rafferty. I don't know if you've seen me around. I'm sure you have. So tell me what's going on.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Low key, I think all of her 7th period just hates her.
All of her 7th period hates her?
Yeah, I don't know why, but this is like apparently the second time this has happened or something.
Okay. What makes you think that?
Low key, because they always be cursing at her and they don't stop, and they be throwing stuff in her room and she be telling them to stop and they just don't.
Okay. So I guess my question is why do you think that you're in here talking to us right now? Because you're not in any trouble. I want you to know that. You're not in trouble. We're just trying to make sure.
I'm already filled in on a situation you don't gotta.
Okay. What's the situation?
What's it? My other friend told me that apparently she's getting like told that somebody sat in her lap or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was that you?
No.
Or okay, so because somebody showed us, a video, and it kind of looks like you. So what is going on?
I didn't sit in her lap.
I wasn't saying sitting, but your head was there.
I was laying down, but like
Okay.
nothing weird's going on, man. Like
Okay.
I'm just gonna be completely honest. Nothing
Yeah.
weird's going on.
And that's you. That's her you're talking to, on a
You
text
can
or
go through the
Discord.
messages. Nothing's.
Is that on Discord or?
Yeah,
Okay. Any text messages with her or just on Discord?
just on Discord.
Okay. So you were in that class most of the day yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, there was a lot of people in there that weren't supposed to be in there, but how often do you have her class?
Like one period.
Okay.
It's my fault though. I made a fake pass and went in there. So. you know.
Gotcha. How old are you?
Harmony Academy reportedly only has students from grades 5 through 8. While the boy's age and grade have been redacted from the body cam video and the incident report, officials did confirm he is a middle school student.
How often do you? Are you in a private server with her on Discord, or are you in a group server?
DMs and other stuff, but like nothing weird, you know?
Okay, so there are private and group.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else is talking to her on Discord?
Like.
Have you ever talked to her outside of school?
No.
Well, I mean, on Discord, obviously, but
Yeah, but no, not like that.
you've never met her outside of school?
No.
Okay. You ever been to her house?
No. Man, you're trying to make her seem like a pedo.
Oh, no, I'm not. No.
She's
I,
really not.
there are questions I have to ask.
She's got like a girlfriend and all.
Okay.
Like, if you want me to be serious,
Yeah.
she's not doing anything weird.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Okay. So yesterday was just you laying your head in her lap.
Yeah.
What were you guys talking about?
like nothing, basically.
Okay. And that was. Okay. So, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. Have you ever?
Can I have my phone back? Yeah.
So what do you guys talk about on Discord?
We literally just play games. That's it.
Okay. And you talk? Is it like an everyday thing, or how often?
Every day.
How often would you say?
Like, I don't know, like every 2 days or something.
Okay.
But like, it's, we
Yeah.
like just play games.
Okay. Do you have any questions that you want?
Does your mom know you talk to her?
No,
Like on
she probably
Discord?
wouldn't care.
You don't think she would care?
No. I mean, like, nowadays, it's not really weird, because if it was someone else online, and I didn't know them IRL, y'all wouldn't care, of course, so. It's like, all I'm trying to say is, it's not that weird nowadays,
But you know that she wasn't supposed to talk to you on Discord, right?
Okay.
But I'm asking, did you know that? Okay. Alright, so she doesn't touch you in a way that you think is inappropriate.
No.
Okay. So you just have like what you perceive to be an innocent relationship. on Discord.
I know you're trying to make it seem like.
No, I'm not. I want.
I'm being serious. You are. You're over here like, oh, she's doing all this. She's really not. Like, I'm the one who asked for her Discord. Like, that's all me. She, she just being nice. It's whatever. It's whatever. She does not like kids or anything like that. I can, affirm to you. It's not that weird. Like, there's other teachers here who do all the same stuff and don't get in trouble. Like, she got in trouble for cursing or something the other day. That's crazy to me. because she's new, I know, but that's a normal thing. Like, y'all probably curse too, don't you? So, and there's other teachers here who be cursing at me and other kids, so if y'all want to fire her for that and other stuff, y'all gotta fire them too. Like,
Well, we would have to know that other teachers were cursing at you, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But like, they just be hating on her. They wanna snitch that she's cursing or whatever. It's a curse word. It's not that deep.
I hadn't heard she was cursing, just so you know.
Okay, that's whatever. But it's not that deep. Literally, like half the teachers at this school, unless they're over like 60, they're gonna be cursing. I'm telling you. And there's other teachers who do the exact same stuff. Maybe not the head in the lap thing. That's my bad. I was hella tired. You know. But like, I'm being so serious. She did nothing weird.
The school resource officer has to make that tough call to the boy's family to tell them what allegedly happened, but also inform them not to delete anything off his electronic devices.
What should I do with this computer? Should I delete stuff if I find her on it, or should I keep it? What should I do?
So the first thing I was gonna add, so how much of what you know is going on? Like,
All I know is what my daughter just told me, is that a teacher is playing games with him, and you guys think that she was trying to groom him or some crap like that.
right.
That's all I
So
just heard from my daughter. That's exactly what I know about what's going on.
So I'll give you the basic rundown of what we have. So several students reported that they walked into a classroom and they saw him with his head laying in the lap of a 25-year-old substitute teacher, and she was massaging his head. He was in that classroom all day. He never changed class periods, and he doesn't even have that class period. He was called in there specifically, or went there specifically for her.
Okay.
He's been messaging her on an app called Discord that we know of for quite some time.
Off the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm writing it up. He didn't make any disclosure of anything sexual to me, but it just the way he was defending her. And I've been doing this for 12 years. It's suspicious. Just the fact that he was defending her, saying that she's not a pedophile. It's not like that. It says sexual relationship to me, and which he'd be the victim of. I'm not saying he's in trouble or anything like that.
This is not even like him.
Right.
He
Yeah.
even play with an adult online. He knows better.
Right.
Because I'm like a computer geek, and I want to go through his computer like a maniac.
Right. So that
So
brings
what I'm
me.
trying to say is, if I find stuff on there with this woman on it, should I keep it?
Well, that brings me to the next point. So I just talked to. I'm obviously writing up a case, and it's going to be forwarded to our sex crimes division. And the detective told me to ask you if you guys are willing for us to collect his phone, and do a consent to search form where they will
Yes.
open the Discord and
Yes.
see what they can find.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, take us on.
Following the allegations, Dianelli Torres was fired from her job. Meanwhile, a forensic extraction was conducted on the boy's phone, and what investigators found paints a disturbing picture. This is what the incident report says. Due to subject redacted deleting the chats prior to law enforcement collecting his phone, Discord messages were able to be obtained. However, attachments and their contents cannot be viewed. The Discord username utilized by subject redacted and attached to the cell phone that was extracted is redacted. On February 11, 2025, subject Dianelli Torres sent an unknown attachment to subject redacted. Subject redacted mentions his friend wanted to see what she sent him, to which subject redacted denied access. He makes mention of his friend not even knowing what R34 and hentai are. The report goes on to state, R34 is a commonly used slang term for Rule 34, which stated that if it exists, there's a porn of it. Hentai is a genre of Japanese manga and anime characterized by overtly sexualized characters and sexually explicit images and plots. Now, here's where investigators really find their smoking gun. According to the incident report, on February 18, 2025, subject redacted tells subject Torres, "Anyway, I told you my hair was floopy/floofy." Subject Torres confirms and replies, "Yeah, your hair was super floofy and soft." A reasonable person can assume that the incident on February 20th, 2025 was not the first time subject Torres had touched subject redacted. On February 21st, 2025, after this agency was notified about the suspicious incident occurring, subject Torres talks in the private message to subject redacted about head pats and not having ill will. Subject Torres at 13:11 hours says, Delete everything in our chat that is NSFWRN and get rid of anything crazy or regarding craziness. Subject redacted replies that he did and added they have a lot. The report goes on to state investigators located group messages from February 2025 where Dianelli was allegedly speaking about sexually explicit things. Now, we read a lot of stuff from court documents, but even this is way too explicit. While Dianelli Torres was fired from her job in February of 2025, she didn't sit down with a detective until May of that same year.
But I want to, talk to you about all that. Why did you leave in February?
Well, basically, it's because of an incident that happened at school. And essentially, I had a child lay their head on my lap. And obviously, it was against TOS and many other things, so I got in trouble for that, and that's fine. And then they basically contacted me, asked for my information, and then told me that they were going to open a DCF case.
Okay.
I didn't know that DCF stood for Department of Children and Families. It's new because in Philadelphia they call it something completely different.
Like CPS or something?
CPS. Yeah, so I didn't know, and I was like, okay, no problem. And then that's basically the gist of it.
Okay. Were you contacted by DCF or?
No, you guys came today.
Yeah.
This was the very first time I've been contacted by anybody regarding
school.
Yeah, because I was expecting they're like, you're gonna get a letter and you're gonna get arrested, and I was like, okay, and I've just been waiting basically.
Okay. Why would you get arrested?
Because I was having contact with the students in class. They found my Discord.
Okay.
And they also found my social media and stuff like that, and some of them were contacting me. Mostly to ask me to draw them stuff because they knew that I draw, so I would just send them art and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. So this incident at the school, you said you had a child sitting in your lap or laying in your lap.
Laying
Tell me
in my
about
lap. He laid his head on my lap. He had a headache, but then he laid his head on my lap, and then I just kind of left him there.
Okay.
Wasn't sure what to do, but I told him to get off after a while, but it was in a class full of students, so obviously they were gonna tell the.
Okay. So was it during class or?
It was during class.
Okay. Is this one of your students?
Was.
I don't know.
But I mean, from what I know, they said that they have footage and everything. So I was like, okay, well, you guys have the footage. So
Dianelli says the alleged sexually explicit images investigators found on Discord were simply her art, something she even sends to her friends. Then at some point, she allegedly crossed the line.
Okay, you guys never hung out outside the schoolroom or outside of Discord?
No, just on Discord mainly. A lot of the stuff was on Discord. If I had to say, we met up one time IRL, and when we met up, basically the entirety of that thing was, I went, got food, I got him food, and then when I gotta go pick up my sister, I'm gonna drop you off, and then that's what happened.
Gotcha. Okay. Did you pick him up from his house? Because I don't think he drives.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What do
I
you drive?
My mom's car.
I don't want this to be confrontation. I want this to just talk and kind of let me know about your relationship with the stuff I already know. I just want to kind of figure out why this is happening and how your relationship is. Are you guys, dating? Are you in love with each other? Is this just a hangout and hook up type thing? I'm just trying to figure out where you guys are in your relationship, if that makes sense. Okay.
If I had to put it lightly, because happened maybe I don't know, maybe a month ago, I had to say. We talked about it, and then he was like, oh, I like you. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, you do know you're this age, right? And he said, yeah, I know. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I prefer to date somebody of age. And I told him that. And he was like, well, I really like you though. And I'm like, okay, well, like I said, I'd rather date somebody of age. And then we went back and forth until we both came down to an agreement where basically it was he was like, well, when I'm of age, would you date me? And I was like, if I'm not dating anybody, sure. But otherwise, no. But then we went back and forth some more, and then we kind of started a thing, basically. So, yeah.
What do you mean by that? Started something?
Basically dating.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing.
Okay. How long have you guys been, you say, basically dating?
Dating.
Yeah.
I don't know, a month.
A month? Okay.
A month. It's been a month.
Okay. And obviously part of that dating is probably not just hanging out and going to Wawa's or something more that happened on that day that you hung out?
No, I mean, like, how do I explain it? Like, we've been physical, but not like all the way.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still very much, if I had to share, a virgin, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I appreciate you trusting me with that information.
Yeah, 100%.
When you say physical, what do you mean?
Neck. Mainly neck, if I had to say.
Like kissing neck?
Yeah.
Like, okay, okay. Sorry, I wanted to make sure what you were meaning. Okay.
Kissing neck, holding hand, kissing face.
Yeah.
That's basically.
That's as far as it's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, in terms of like IRL, I'm sure, like you said, you have all the information, you've seen a bunch of like nudity back and forth. And that's the biggest thing.
Okay. Nudity, like that you've sent him of
Vice
yourself?
versa, vice versa.
Okay. So
Vice
you've
versa.
received nude photos from him as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me about these photos that you've sent him.
There's been like stuff he asks, so I'm like, okay.
Tell me a little bit about that. Like, what does he ask for? What do you send?
Top, I guess. New top, some legs, some here, some there.
Okay. Nude top, like
The
breasts?
body and
or,
your
okay. Okay. Anything more than just the breasts that you've sent him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The full body.
Full body. Okay. How many times do you think you sent those?
I've lost count.
Okay. So more than once.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. And how many times has he sent you pictures of himself?
I don't know, like 30 times.
30?
If I had to say.
Even after this really disturbing confession, Dianelli reportedly says the reason she didn't have sex with the boy is because he's a minor.
And all this started within the last month?
Yeah.
Okay. When you guys started like dating, what you would call it?
In the last month, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything past the kissing that happened when you guys have hung out at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, nothing sexual. I know you said you're still a virgin, so you guys haven't had sex?
No, I'm
Okay.
just scared to have sex.
Okay. Is there like a reason for that, or like a reason why you guys didn't?
Oh, I just don't want to have sex with a minor,
Okay.
personally, in
Okay.
general.
Gotcha.
And like also like I have like bad immune system, so I don't want to accidentally end up passing out.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. You're feeling okay right now, though?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
okay.
I don't want you to pass out on me.
Yeah, I have like bad anemia, so
Okay.
it's chilling though.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like I said, like you were saying, yeah, we've touched each other. You'll probably, like I said, you have the Discord messages and stuff, so you'll see that we talk about like pegging, which is just essentially sex. We just made mad jokes about him half the time.
Okay.
It's just a lot of I'm gonna peg you. Oh, okay, bet. I'm gonna peg you. Oh, okay, bet. That's
So
basically
nothing that's actually happened in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talk about it, but I'm just like it's like very jokingly. Like he
Gotcha.
knows there's a fine line, so
Gotcha.
even
Okay.
then, yeah.
Okay. I know there was some text, and I'm trying to remember about like some like breathing through your nose, some deep throating, things like that. Is that something that happened when you guys hung out?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you performed oral sex on him, I guess? You gave
Yeah,
him
yeah,
head?
yeah.
Okay. Did that happen one time, more than one time?
2 times.
2 times. Okay. Did he ever perform like the act back on you? Did he ever? Okay.
No, he has not put any. He hasn't given me oral. He hasn't like touched my insides. He hasn't. He has given me hickeys, and he's like bitten me like crazy.
Okay.
But not like actually performed the same acts on me.
Okay. So he's never like digitally penetrated you, like fingered you, or
No.
okay. Has his penis gone anywhere else other than in your mouth?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm good. He's mentioned about like from the.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, that the idea of it kind of hurts in my head. So no, thanks.
Okay. So that's
He always
never
asks,
happened.
and I'm like, absolutely not.
Okay. So that hasn't happened. It's just something that you guys kind of talk about. Okay. Okay. So you've given him, but
Yes.
he hasn't done anything to you.
No.
Have you done anything else, like masturbated him or like touched his penis? Okay. With what? Your hand. Okay. How many times has that happened?
Maybe one time.
Okay.
One time for sure.
Okay. And it's always these times where you pick them up, you go to Wawa, you go to the trailhead. All these happen at the trailhead? Oh.
The trail. Well, yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the trailhead because I don't really go anywhere else.
Okay.
Are you guys like parked in the car at the trailhead, or are you guys just off on the trail kind of
Sometimes we go off on the trail, sometimes, no, one time we went off on the trail, then like the other like two, three times.
The detective leaves a room to do an extraction of Dianelli's phone, so the former teacher is left in the interrogation room for hours. When the detective returns, it's clear Dianelli isn't going home anytime soon.
Ms. Torres, sorry that took a minute. Like I said, we had to manually go through your phone. It just took a minute, okay? But I want to let you know that you're going to be placed under arrest today, okay? I know you kind of probably figured that, okay? For transmitting the nude photos to, as well as having the photos on your phone, okay? Because they're considered child pornography because he's 13 years old. Okay, so you're going to go for that. It doesn't have a bond because child sexual abuse material, the child pornography, they don't call it that anymore. It doesn't have a bond, but you'll see a judge in the morning.
Dianelli Torres faces 17 criminal charges. They include charges for cruelty toward a child, lewd and lascivious behavior, transmission of harmful material to a minor, plus several counts of possession of child pornography. She pleaded not guilty to her charges. As of this recording, Dianelli Torres is still in the Marion County Jail. Her next court date is on the calendars for April 30th. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Inside the Crime. I'm Elizabeth Millner, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday with another case.